Did you know Genghis Khan loved chess so much that he would sometimes let his opponents win just to hear them brag? Crazy, right? Welcome to your favorite history channel, History Pickle. Get ready to dive into the past and uncover 10 mind-blowing facts about the legendary Genghis Khan. Let's jump in. Number 10. Humble origins. Although Genghis Khan went on to become the founder and first great Khan of the Mongol Empire, which became the largest contiguous land-based empire in history, he had quite humble origins. He was born into a small tribe of nomadic Mongols in 1162 in a valley near the river Ainen. At the time, the Mongols were a loose confederation of tribes living on the Mongolian steppe, and his father was a chieftain of one of the minor clans. His early life was marked by conflicts between the Mongols and the neighboring Karakatai kingdom, and he even spent some time in prison after killing a member of another clan during a fight over a girl. But he rose to prominence in 1190, when he led a successful attack against a tribe that had raided his home territory. This victory established him as a capable military leader and set him on the path to unifying the Mongol tribes under his banner. By 1206, he had successfully brought all the major Mongol tribes together and defeated many of the other powers that threatened them. And at a Kurultai, or assembly of tribal leaders, he was proclaimed the first great Khan of the Mongol Empire. Number 9. Well-educated. Despite his reputation for being a ruthless warrior, Genghis Khan was actually well-educated for his time and was fluent in several languages. He learned to read and write in Mongolian, Chinese, Arabic, and Latin. It's believed that he received most of his education from Muslim teachers who belonged to the Naiman tribe, a branch of the Oirat Mongols. One of his favorite subjects was mathematics, and he even enjoyed solving problems in his spare time. In fact, there is a story that he once challenged a visiting Indian mathematician named Zacharias to a contest of mental calculation. According to legend, they each had to calculate the amount of grain needed to fill a large vessel and then divide it by the number of people in the audience. While Zacharias got the answer right, he made a mistake in his division, which resulted in a different answer. When Genghis Khan pointed this out, Zacharias was able to quickly correct his answer, impressing the Khan with his quick thinking and mathematical skills. Number 8. Horse Whisperer. Genghis Khan was a brilliant horseman and tracker and had a deep understanding of horses. He knew how to read their body language and could tell their age and health just by looking at them. He was also an excellent rider and archer, and was said to be able to shoot an arrow through a window while riding at full speed. His knowledge of horses was put to good use during his military campaigns, as he was able to use them to great advantage in battle. For example, he was able to use cavalry charges to break enemy formations, and his archers were able to shoot down enemies from a distance before they could do any damage. He was also very particular about the horses that he rode. For example, he had a special saddle made for him that was covered in felt and sheepskin to make it more comfortable. And he was known for breaking in wild horses himself. In fact, he was said to have broken in a horse named Batai, who became famous for his strength and intelligence. Overall, Genghis Khan's skill and knowledge when it comes to horses played a big role in the success of his military campaigns. Number 7. Religious tolerance. Although Genghis Khan was a follower of Tengrism, a Central Asian belief system that combined elements of shamanism, belief in local and ancestral spirits, and belief in a supreme sky god, he was remarkably tolerant of other religions. He recognized the value of religious diversity and saw it as a source of strength rather than weakness. In fact, he appointed followers of other religions to important positions in his government and military, such as his vizier, Yalu Dashi, who was a Muslim. Genghis Khan also issued a decree that granted religious freedom to the people of his empire and prohibited forced conversions. He understood that people had a right to practice their own religion without fear of persecution. He also built mosques and churches within his capital city of Karakoram, demonstrating his commitment to religious tolerance. Unfortunately, despite his best efforts, his successors were not as tolerant, and religious persecution became more common in the Mongol Empire. Nevertheless, Genghis Khan's example of religious tolerance serves as a reminder of the importance of respecting the beliefs of others. Number 6. Legal reforms. The legal system of the Mongol Empire under Genghis Khan was highly effective and efficient. He introduced a new law code called the Yasa, which was a comprehensive set of laws that applied to all subjects of the empire. Vyasa was written in Mongolian, but was translated into other languages, such as Chinese and Arabic, so that everyone could understand it. It covered a wide range of topics from criminal law to taxation, and was designed to maintain order and stability in the empire. Another important aspect of Genghis Khan's legal reforms was the introduction of the secretarial system, which was responsible for recording and keeping track of legal documents. This system was highly advanced for its time and helped to ensure that the laws were enforced fairly and impartially. Secretarial officials were trained to be honest and diligent, and they used a variety of methods to gather evidence and investigate cases. They also developed a sophisticated accounting system to keep track of the empire's finances. Overall, Genghis Khan's legal reforms were a significant achievement of the Mongol Empire and had a lasting impact on the region. Number 5. City planning. Although he is best known for his military conquests, Genghis Khan was also a visionary city planner, and his capital city of Karakorum is still standing today. Karakorum was founded in 1220 and was designed to be a cosmopolitan city open to people of all cultures and religions. It was located in the heart of the Mongol Empire and served as a hub for trade and diplomacy. Karakorum had a grid layout with wide streets and open spaces, which was unusual for the time period. It also had parks, gardens, and other public works that made it a pleasant place to live. The city was also home to a variety of different architectural styles, including traditional Mongolian yurts, as well as buildings inspired by Chinese, Persian, and Islamic architecture. This reflected the empire's diversity and Genghis Khan's commitment to religious tolerance. The city's strategic location and its reputation for tolerance and cultural diversity made it a popular destination for merchants and diplomats from all over the world. Number 4. Postmaster General. Genghis Khan is credited with creating the first postal system in the world, although it wasn't exactly what we think of when we imagine the modern postal service. His postal system, known as YAM, was actually a relay system for couriers carrying messages and small packages across the empire. The system consisted of a network of post houses where weary couriers could rest and change horses. The horses were kept ready to go, and the couriers only had to take care of changing the riders and feeding the animals. This made it possible for messages and small items to be delivered quickly and efficiently over long distances. Genghis Khan's postal system was an important innovation that helped to connect the vast Mongol Empire and facilitate trade and communication. It also played a key role in the military campaigns of the Mongols, as it allowed for rapid communication between units. And while the Mongol Empire eventually fell apart, the idea of a postal system lived on. Number 3. Odd obsessions. Genghis Khan had some strange and unusual obsessions. One of his most peculiar habits was his fascination with clocks and timekeeping devices. He was particularly interested in mechanical clocks and would often spend hours watching them operate. He was so obsessed with time that he even had a clock tower built in his capital city of Karakorum, which was one of the first of its kind in the world. Another oddity of his was his love of cats, kept a number of pet cats, and was even known to carry cat toys with him on his military campaigns. He was also fascinated by birds and would spend hours watching them and trying to identify different species. He was especially fond of falcons and kept a number of trained falcons for hunting. But perhaps his strangest obsession was with human skulls. He was said to have collected a number of human skulls from his enemies and would often examine them closely, trying to determine the cause of death. He was so obsessed with death that he even commissioned a number of elaborate tombstones for his enemies, which were decorated with intricate carvings and inscriptions. Number 2. A man of the people. Despite his many military conquests, Genghis Khan was known for being a man of the people and was very approachable. He enjoyed interacting with ordinary citizens and was known for being very generous with his time. He would often walk through the streets of his capital city, Karakorum, and talk to merchants, artisans, and farmers. He was also very supportive of the arts and would often sponsor festivals and competitions that showcased the talents of ordinary people. Genghis Khan was also known for his sense of humor and would often make jokes and play pranks on his friends and advisors. He was particularly fond of riddles and would often challenge people to solve them. He was also known for his love of singing and dancing and would often join in when the mood struck him. Number 1. More than a warrior. Although Genghis Khan is remembered as a brutal warrior and conqueror, he was actually more than just a bloodthirsty ruler. He was a brilliant military strategist and tactician. whose campaigns laid the foundation for the largest contiguous land-based empire in history. He was also a skilled diplomat and administrator who was able to unite the warring Mongol tribes and create a stable and prosperous empire. Genghis Khan was also a patron of the arts and sciences, and his court was a center of intellectual activity. He was particularly interested in astronomy and mathematics, and was known for his collection of astronomical instruments. He was also a lover of poetry, and would often recite poems to his friends and advisors. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss any of our videos. Also, watch our other videos about other great historical figures like Alexander the Great and Napoleon Bonaparte. See you in the next one.